The Skin I'm In by Sharon G. Flake.
This is a story about an African-American girl named Malika who attends junior high school and struggles with her appearance and identity. Students who go to school with her often make fun of her for her dark skin and tease her constantly because she cannot afford nice clothes. Malika starts to hang around the wrong group of friends.
Malika continues to struggle with her identity. One day, a new teacher comes to school named Mrs. Saunders. She's hired as the new English teacher, and the students are baffled when she walks in. Mrs. Saunders deals with a skin condition where her face has multiple splotches of different colors. The students start picking on Mrs. Saunders, but she begins to speak about how she loves her skin. Mrs. Saunders connects immediately with Malika, seeing that Malika is a younger version of herself. She begins to help Malika find contentment in her identity through writing. Malika begins to grow as a character, and by overcoming different obstacles, she begins to embrace the skin she is in. This story is a realistic fiction book. It is written at a 4.2 grade level, but would be a great book to use in 6th grade classrooms. The character in this story deals with different struggles such as smoking, fighting, and even sexual harassment at times. Therefore, it would be good for middle school age students. The students would be able to connect with the character's feelings and may also learn from the character. Along with this, students are learning about different backgrounds and cultures in 6th grade. This book would fit along nicely in their curriculum since it incorporates slavery. Students are able to see how the character thought through a hard time in her family's history and how it made her feel as a student with the same racial background. There are many different themes in this book. The one that stands out the most is acceptance. Malika eventually comes to accept who she is and embraces it. She learns that it doesn't matter what color your skin is. She finds that what matters is the condition of the heart. She develops into a strong and caring person at the end of the book. Some secondary themes of this book are perseverance and courage. Malika has to have perseverance in the book when dealing with different issues. She also had to have courage to stand up to someone who had bullied her continuously. The story really speaks of diversity. The story shows how an African American girl overcomes different obstacles due to her skin color. It shows how some people were not accepting of diverse cultures, which caused a lot of pain in different people's lives. It raises awareness for how prejudiced attitudes can be extremely harmful. There are many ways to promote critical thinking in this story. To start this book, I think it would be important to talk about self-image. I think a discussion about how we view ourselves and others is important. I would ask the students if they ever felt like they were bullied for their looks or skin color. I would have them discuss how this made them feel. I would then ask them to discuss if they ever did bully someone because of their looks, skin color, or clothes. I would have the students discuss this as well and talk about how they felt about their actions and why they did it. This story works very well with the 5 components of reading. Since I would use this book with middle school students, I wouldn't work much with the phonics and phonemic awareness portion of the story, unless I had a student who really struggled. I would then work with the student one-on-one. When it comes to fluency, I would have the students read this story aloud in their reading groups and also a popcorn read as a class. As for vocabulary, the students can work with many new words such as prejudice and diversity. They can do word webs and picture definition relationship activities. There are many different activities for comprehension. Students can answer questions that relate to the text, author, and the world. They also can have discussion groups on higher level questions to make sure they are understanding. I would have students write a story through a different character about how they feel with their image. In the story, Malika used a slave girl to explain her feelings. I would have the students try to write a story of their own feelings to help them understand. I could also have the students write a paper about how to spread awareness of prejudice in their own school. The story was a great story. It was a story that wasn't easy to put down. The characters show such real emotions that help the reader to grow as a person. I encourage people to read this story. Thank you for listening.
Created using Powtoon.